This is Fin24's Matthew Lacordia reporting from the African Utility Week in Cape Town, and I'm speaking to Eskom spokesperson Khulu Phasiwe. The situation in Soweto is getting quite tense. The city of Joburg has suggested that they should take back the account of Soweto. Why is this happening?
Well, the city of Johannesburg feels that because on Friday there was a prolonged power outage in Soweto of more than 10 hours, they feel that some people, at least within the city and elsewhere, they feel that Soweto was being punished by Eskom because of the stance they had taken against the installation of prepaid meters, but also the fact that Soweto is owing us 4 billion rand. But we'd like to place it on record that we did not switch off electricity deliberately in Soweto. What happened there was a result of two unrelated incidents. The first part of it is that on Friday, everyone across the country was experiencing stage 1 of load shedding. But also what we had in Soweto specifically is that during that time, we also had people who had overloaded the system, meaning that because of people who are connected illegally, there was so some of the transformers are tripped because of the overloading which we saw. So it was nothing to do with anyone trying to punish the people of Soweto because of non-payment or for defying the installation of prepaid metering.
I don't think people really understand the illegal connections part. How much does that actually suck out of the grid?
The illegal connections are difficult to quantify because by definition they are illegal, and most of the time you would not know where they are until you get information from communities or from individuals who can inform you that you have illegal connections in a particular area. But we do experience a lot of technical outages on our system, and most of it coming from illegal connections.
As an example, Khulu, just take an example of a household that uses illegal connections. Can you just give an example of that?
Well, for example, someone who is illegally connected, when you ask other people who are connected legally, you would ask them to maybe switch off geysers and other things. That person would not reduce their load because they are illegally connected. They basically do not have to adhere to any rules because they are connected illegally. But on average, I would say the cost that this is costing Eskom is on average per year about 2 billion rand. That is the amount of money that we lose because of illegal connections, but also because of cable theft.
There's a suggestion that Brian Molefe made that the defaulting municipalities, down to 10 now, should go over to Eskom system and smart metering. But now if Eskom can't manage it in Soweto, surely it shouldn't be sort of moved across to all those other municipalities?
Well, our solution for everyone in the country, including municipalities, is that everyone needs to move into prepaid metering, whether you are an Eskom or municipal customer. And that is the basis that we are approaching this matter. As a matter of fact, in Soweto alone, we have installed prepaid meters since 2007. We have done it in Shawelo, in Meadowlands, in Dobsonville and other parts of Soweto. It's only in Orlando East and Protea North where we are beginning to get some resistance now. But
I mean, you wrote off about 2 billion or 1 billion rands worth of debt from Soweto. So it gives you the feeling that smart metering isn't working.
Well, you see, when we wrote off the 1.6 billion rand, it was in 2003 at the time. And during that time, the reason why we did the cancellation of the debt was because there was confusion. Because at the time, most of the customers were moving from the city of Johannesburg into Eskom. And then some people were complaining about being their bills being overestimated and their readings not being taken and those kind of things. So in an effort to try to start from a clean slate, we decided at the time to write off the debt, which was 1.3 billion rand. And since then, up until now, that debt has now increased, which is a new debt, which has now increased to about 4 billion rand. And we as a company, we have met with the government, and none of us is actually talking about writing off any debt at this stage. We are trying to implement the strategy of implementing the prepaid metering as a way of curbing the debt from growing up. But we also are saying that once we have installed the meter, you as a customer, you also need to come to us and say to us as to how you're going to pay the money that you owe us.
Now you're looking for an extra 20% tariff increase. That must be quite unpopular with everybody. How do you think South Africans can cope with that extra increase?
Well, in his state of in his budget speech this year, the finance minister did indicate that we as Eskom need to adjust our tariffs currently, as I speak to you, we spend about 3 rand per kilowatt hour to produce electricity using our diesel-fired generators. So clearly it means that, and we're spending 3 rand, but we're selling at 74 cents. So it means that we are absorbing most of the costs. And with regard to the coal-fired power station, we're spending 1 rand 30 per kilowatt hour.